Today I'll be making thermite, which is a mixture of aluminum powder and iron oxide, also known as rust. I'll be mixing it in this container, using it as the parts. Since the thermite does not have to be exact measurements like, you know, cups or ounces, it just has to be in parts. So I'm going to be using 5 parts iron oxide, 3 parts aluminum. I'll be stirring it with this, and this will be my parts cup. So let's begin. First I'm going to start with 5 parts aluminum, 5 parts iron oxide. You do have to be precise on the parts though, so I'll be using this to level it off. That's one part. Pour that into my container. This is 5 parts iron oxide in this container. Now I'm going to start with my aluminum. I'm going to need 3 parts of this compared to the 5 parts of the iron oxide. This container will be the container I pour my mixture of thermite into to ignite it. The aluminum is much finer than the iron oxide, so it compacts more. First part. I'll give it a little stir just to begin the mixing process. I didn't get the mix I quite wanted with it, so I'm going to take my stirring stick, much bigger version now, and I'm going to run it through there to make sure I get a really good even mix. As I stir it, the gray and black start to mix and make a really dark grayish color.
Nope.
I have my thermite mixed in this 3/8 stainless steel container.
How much thermite?
I'm I'm gonna have it set on this 1/2-inch steel plate right over a bucket filled with sand, metal bucket filled with sand. Have my welding gloves and a fire shield for my face. Dad will be handing me the torch. I'll light it. Stay clear. Let's begin. I'll light it with the torch.
Ay. Ooh, that is that's some hot stuff.
Look how thin that sand is still. Red.
Oh my God!
Made a hole in the bucket.
The thermite ignited and it got to about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees. As you can see, it turned the stainless steel container that we had red hot. It burned through the 1/4-inch stainless steel and landed in the sand and burnt a hole through my metal bucket holding the sand. Right now I can feel the heat. It is extremely hot still. I'm going to allow this to cool down, and I can see droplets of iron in my sand and iron coming out from right here on the floor. I mean, this is really hot for stainless steel. Almost to its melting point.
Yes. I bet you if you get a knife right now, it would bend.
I'm gonna allow this to cool down. As you can see, it is still extremely hot. I have my welding gloves and I can feel it through my welding gloves, and so that means I'm not gonna be touching it. But I do have a lot of solution inside the bucket and from the outside right here. As you can see, it's still very hot. And the stainless steel welded itself to this steel plate, and when burning the hole, closed up the holes, so it is welded to this plate, closed off, and probably airtight.